are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
I appreciate y'all guys for coming in.
J-York production.
You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
Coming to us out of studio today in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. He stands next to his world-famous producer, Jay. He is the #1 undisputed top talk show host on the air today. The voice of the People Show. Ladies and gentlemen, here is D.HALL.
J-York production.
Hello to everybody. What's going on? Another Sunday, as we normally say, Combat Sunday. NFL's on today. Who's the Dallas Cowboys playing today? Anybody know? I'm just messing. Good to see y'all. Thank y'all for coming on, man. It's always a good thing to have you here on the D.HALL People's Show in conjunction with my man J-York Productions. Jay been burning it up on Facebook. He's been burning it up. Y'all seen the intros and all that good stuff he's been doing. Thank y'all for joining us. But before we go any further, this is an online program that is the work of talk and discussion. This is an online talk show that educate adult audiences. Parental advisory is advised. Some things may or may not be censored. Lives are not edited for children. So I want to say hello to y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. We truly got another good guest on today. We're glad to have him on. I'm glad to have you on also. Thank you for coming on. T-Bone, Tyrone Dickerson, thank you for stopping in and coming by. My man out of Fayetteville, y'all need to go check him out to see what he's got. Yeah, you make those necklaces and all other sorts of different things. Good to see him. Thank you for coming on, my brother. Let's get started. Let's bring my man in. Y'all share the video, if you will. Share the video one time. You know, it don't cost nothing to share. Let me say that before I bring him in. It don't cost anything to share the video, okay? You share everything else. You share the music videos. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just going to call it like I see it. I'm going to call it like I see it. You share everything else. You dig? Am I telling the truth? You can share this too. Some people say, you ought to be big by now. How can I get big if you ain't helping me? We grow together, right? We grow together. We grow together, right? What's up, Paul Pierce? My man's in the house. Let me bring my man in. Good to see Paul. Paul, you getting ready for the MMA, ain't you, brother? All right, my man. Good to see you. Love Paul, all the way from the UK. Brandon Clark, what's happening? Here we go. Let me get my man in. I'm gonna shout y'all out when we get to rocking and rolling. Thank you, T-Bone. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. There he is. Let me bring him in a little bit closer. Because it seems like he's a far, far, far away. Good seeing you, my man.
What's going on?
All right, everything is good, man. Everything is good. Before we get started with the conversation for the next 30 to 40 minutes, I want you to tell everybody, man, who you are and where you're from.
My name is Douse Milliner, and originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but I moved here to North Carolina.
Okay, so you're from Philly.
Yeah, I'm from Philly.
Y'all know the home. That's the home of shit. Shall I say it? The home of Rocky Balboa. Some people say Rocky Balboa. Yeah, it's the movie. It's the movie, y'all. It's the movie. It's a movie. But hey, it's the home of Rocky Balboa and other great fighters. A lot of Philly fighters out of that way. And You're a part of that brand, and we're glad to have you here on the D.HALL People Show in
Appreciate you.
conjunction. Yeah, we're glad to have you here. We got a lot of people coming in, storming in. It's like desert storming coming in right now. I want to say hello to Shna Miller, Brandon Clark. I think I said him already. How you doing,
Mhm.
brother? Paul Pierce, Jackie Brown. What's happening? Jackie Brown's in the house, up there, right up there above you, New Jersey. New
Cheers.
Jersey, right up above you there.
All
Yep.
right.
Tony Burgess Boxes and Fitness is in the house. Y'all share the video. And I want to say this before we get into our conversation. I just said it. I'm gonna say it again. Uh, you share everything else. Go share this video one time. That's all you gotta do. It don't cost a doggone thing to share this video. Hey, we're gonna share the look. We're gonna turn this thing up today. I'm
Hey,
shit. Hell yeah, we're gonna turn it up today. We're gonna turn it up today. You got my man Douse Milliner on here with me. The D.HALL People Show, the best show. Ain't no show like this with me and Jay York. Let's get started. Shit.
let's go.
Let's get started. Douse, man, you started boxing. What age? What age did you get into boxing, man?
What age? I started at 10. I was like 10 years old.
10 years old.
And the reason for that is I watched my father. I mean, he was boxing too, growing up, but he was more so like he boxed in the gym, but then he had his recognition like in the street. He was like a street fighter too. So
Yeah.
a lot of people do him from the street.
Okay.
And so I
Because
took my. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But your family, you had you come from like a kind of a long list of fighters and boxers and
Yeah.
sports. Who was the main person to influence you into getting into that?
My father. My father. He was a big influence on me through just through the years. Because when I first came to him, mentioned, I was like, listen, this is what I want to do. First, I really didn't want to tell him
Right.
because I was like, I don't know what his response was going to be. And he came back with like, yeah, everybody want to be a boxer until they get punched in the face. He's like, I got to see how you feel after you get punched in the face a couple times, and then we can kind of go from there. And so I took that as a sign like, all right, well, let's go. And by that time, he was training me, and I was like, all right, let's give it a go. And I got in there, I ain't, what they say, they put the headgear on you, like, let me see how much heart you got. And it was like, oh, you want to be this? I got in the ring, and the guy hit me. I was like, man, why am I keep getting hit like these? Like, you want to learn? I don't want to be hard enough. And I remember he hit me a couple times. I was like, man, you know what? I need to learn this.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Good. And yeah, you need to learn because it ain't this is an art. It's an art. Boxing, and it's hit and not be hit. But you're going to get hit sometimes. But
Right.
we don't. But we don't want to get hit all the time. That's the
Right.
thing about it. So it's a science. It's a progress of thinking and all that good stuff. You had an amateur career, and you had a young amateur career. How did that go? How did that transform over into the pros for you? Because you started learning there. What did you learn, and what did you bring to the pros from the amateurs that you can remember?
Well, in the amateurs, you get your 3 rounds. It's more, high volume punches. So it's like you swinging.
Oh, okay.
For me, it's been more so just trying to be, stay calm and try to, just pace myself as far as like, picking my shots, not just giving, exerting too much energy, really.
Right. Okay.
Just really just be active, but at the same time, just be smart.
Right.
And not, walking into nothing, but just really have a sense of like urgency, but then too, just making sure your mind is at ease and you just calm in the ring to be able to do what it is, you're supposed to do.
Right.
That's
I can say I'm going to cut you off, but I can say that you really got a knack for saying what you know that you already done, and it's really progress in your mind, thought, and thinking as I can tell talking to you. But if there's anybody out here that's haven't said hello to y'all. I thank y'all for joining us. This is Douse Milliner, super middleweight. Always is campaigning at middleweight also, right here in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. You gotta, your trainer. Let's talk a little bit about him.
Mhm.
You've been training with him for a while. What has stuck in your mind that he has said that has helped you during your
Um,
process?
what he has said, shout out to, I will say, I don't even know if he's on, but
Right,
uh, Coach Brian Peterson, Coach B,
Coach B. Is that
Coach.
Brian Clark? Is that Brian?
That's one.
Brandon.
No,
Brandon.
that's another one, and then
Okay.
Coach Brandon, and then I have another one, Coach Tate. It's all like their whole family is together. Like the whole gym is like they don't leave no stone unturned. They just if they see something, they're gonna call it out. And it's like, hey, I need to fix this. Let me fix this. So whether it's him or it's another guy, but shout out to them. 365 Boxing and Fitness. That's my gym. But as far as like my trainer goes, it's he enforced more so of the jab, and literally was like, hey, you need to pop this jab, because sometimes like his biggest thing was, why do you go away from what works?
Right.
If you know what works, then use it. He's like, but he said, I see you. He said, you can do a lot of things. You can shift here, shift there. He said, but why would you go away from what works? And so he's been, he's just been really like instilling that into me. Like, hey, don't be lazy, but do what works.
Right. Okay. Do what works. That sounds like something that he's probably pumping into you right now. Do what works. Never stray away from it, and keep going. When I said hello to Tony Burgess, Tony, I think I said hello to you, but hello to you, Tony. If I didn't say hello to you, Michael Williams, Senior's in here. Hello to you, Michael Williams Senior. Thank you, my man. We got you coming on next month. We just got to get together, brother. Thank you, Michael Williams and Jr. Had a big fight here about a couple of weeks ago down in Fayetteville where he won the NBA title, Mike. I think that's correct. But anyway, big shouts out and congratulations to you, Mike. Congratulations to you, brother, Junior, and all that. But anyway, look, this is just your opinion. And, this is just your opinion, and you can give me this. What makes your chemistry? Well, I ain't going to say this is your opinion because you should know this because you're there. What makes your chemistry so good with your trainer? What makes it so good?
The chemistry, what makes it so good is really, it's like, it's almost like he becomes like, it's like, you heard the phrase where they say, oh, I'm like a dad to this person, or, they've been through the ropes. So it's like, hey, you're teaching this, there's sometimes like, okay, well, he want to have fun. And then there's other times where it's like, okay, we need to do this and we need to step it up. But the chemistry comes where it's like when he pushes me like to another level, like a level in which like, okay, well, I don't know if I can go to this level. He comes with a sense of urgency, like, hey, if you want to be great, I have to push you to this level. And so like the chemistry comes like, well, let me see where you are. And so he pushes and pushes and pushes. And by the time it's like you're ready to slow down, it's like, hey, I'm ready to go again. But it allows for the chemistry to be developed like that. Just continue to take one step at a time, one punch at a time.
And also, I want to say, Jay York is my producer and my man that makes all the intros and all that good stuff. He's on right now watching, so I want to say hello to him. Shout out to Gloria Milliner.
That's me, Mom.
Hello, Mother. Mother's in the house. Good to see you, Moms. Thank you for coming in and joining us today. Cutthroat Parsley. What's up, my guy? How you doing? See you all the time on Facebook, man. I see you all the time, brother. Here we go. You face some losses throughout your career. I think it was like 6 losses, right? All those losses accumulate to something that you learn. What is the one thing that you learned? What is the one thing that you learned out of those 6 losses?
Never get bored with what you do. Never get bored in doing what works. I think my 6 losses, it was just like, okay, hey, I'm gonna keep going and keep going. But there were times where I got lazy on certain things where I felt like, okay, if I would have just did this, then I would have won. But I think that was like I beat my own self really in those 6 losses because it was. And so from learning from that, it's, man, to make the same mistakes, or do I, you build from it. So from that point on, it's like, hey, you build and you just grow from it,
Yeah.
So
Well, because that's what it is. I feel just what you said. It's a building stage when you have those losses,
mhm.
because some of the losses come out some of the greatest champions of the world. You know what I'm saying? So a loss, it's not that bad. It's just something you have to adjust to, and I'm not going to say adapt to, because nobody want to keep losing. You just have
Right.
to make adjustments. You
Yeah.
never want to adapt to that. If
Right.
you adapt to that, you might as well just hang it up.
Yeah.
Hang it up.
That part. Nobody
Uh,
likes to lose.
Nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to lose. But I want to say hello to everybody that's coming in. Alenda, I don't know, I don't know how you pronounce that name.
Orlandinos.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hello there. I can't get that name, yeah, but all right, here we go. The- what's a regular day for you, man? What is a regular day for Milliner? What is it?
A regular day for me is I always say this, and I know some people on here that do know my wife. She's my strength and conditioning coach.
Oh, your wife.
So yeah, my wife. She's a beast at what
Hold,
she do.
hold it. Stop the press right there.
Yeah,
Her name is her name Shanana? Shanana?
Shayna.
Sheena. I can't pronounce the word for shit.
Shayna. You call it Shay. Say
Shay,
Shay. It's Shay.
what's happening, Shay? I want to say you're doing a fine job with him. Keep your foot at this. You know what?
Yeah. So
but,
she,
but go ahead.
so she is the type of, we getting up at 5, we running, running miles, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I'll mess with her. I'm like, we done? She's like, nah, we ain't even get started yet. We just running miles. So we're running miles, and for a regular day, it's like miles. My strength and conditioning is probably at like 10, maybe 10 or 11. I mean,
Right.
after my mile run, I'll come in. Then I'll probably do my my boxing training probably around like 1 to 4,
Okay.
and then after that is with the kids.
Okay.
I'm winding down and then repeat the same cycle over again for 6 days straight.
So that's the day in the life of Douse Milliner. Okay, that's good. Uh, you know what? Does she keep you straight on the food and stuff like that? Your diet.
She's she is, yeah. Like when I wanted, literally, it was a funny story because
Okay.
I told her this is probably like even a couple weeks ago. She said it today. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it was donuts in the pantry. I'm just like, oh, I need one of them. She's like, you're not about to have that. And so it's like certain things like she just take it out. And so when I want to go in the pantry and get something, I'm like, ain't nothing in here. She's like, right, you don't need it.
Yeah.
And so, but for the most part, like the meal prepping, she does what she
She
needs to
does.
do, and she's literally, like I said, every people who come and train with her, people who that know her and that she's trained with, they'll tell you for themselves she's a beast at what she do, and she keeps me on point.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, she says diet is what I do as well. And T-Bone was asking what your diet consisted of, and I just popped that question out, and you just answered that.
Mhm.
And Cutthroat says, yeah, she's a beast, man. She's a beast. Here we go. Jay York, a producer of the show, that does it all for me. He says, how do you cope with a loss, and what's the process of bouncing back? How do you cope with it, and what's your process? Now, you may can change that up from what I asked you earlier, but I mean,
Mhm.
that's it.
Or like how I cope with it, I'll take a few minutes and really, just kind of sit back. I'm the type of person like I don't cope for too long because I don't want it to like just settle in. Like, okay, I lost. It was a loss. Like, and for me, it's like I know what I did wrong. You have those people that be like, well, I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you got to look at it. What did you do wrong? And you make adjustments. So my cope was like maybe Honestly, Jay York, I probably coached for about it was probably like 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden my mind started to replay what I did wrong, and I'm just like, man. So I'll go back to the drawing board, and really what I did was came home, sat, ate a few minutes, and I went out. I went outside, and the gym's like literally started shadow boxing. I probably shadow boxed for like maybe another 5 rounds just to see like, hey, if I would have just did this and did that, to be able to move on to the next one. It was like you suffered one, but now it's time to rebuild again. It's like, hey, don't make the same mistake twice.
There you go. There you go. Oh, wow. That's good. Jay, I think he answered your question fully to his best of his ability there. Anthony Burkett says, got to meet this couple a few days ago.
Yeah, I went down to meet him and had a chance to, spar with Craig.
So that was yeah, Craig is a great guy. Craig told me Craig told me before he came on the show, he said, I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous.
Yeah, he's great.
I said, yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He's a cool dude. Let me read some of the comments, and then we're gonna move on. Alenda, she says,
Olandina.
I'm just gonna say pro. That's what the end of the name.
Pro O. There we go.
Pro O. Okay, here we go. She says, as an athlete myself, I know how important coaches are. They are there to push you to your greatest potential by helping you to push past your limits. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's so true. Your wife says clean eating absolutely is the key. Clean eating. I heard that. All right, here we go. You got a fight coming up December the 16th, Rock Hill, South Carolina. I was going to say North Carolina. Rock Hill, South Carolina, the Sports Event Center. You're fighting that night. What do you want to say to the world that night when you fight? What are you saying to the world?
What I'm saying to the world is I'm here and it's time to work. It's time to work. I've been ready to eat for a long time, and literally it's time to eat.
Time to eat. Yeah. Okay. How many rounds is that fight?
It's 4 rounds.
Okay. And I'm gonna reverse it a little bit. I'm gonna reverse that question. Okay. Do you feel you need to make a statement that night?
Do I feel I need to make a statement that night? Not really, because it's like I make a statement, for me it's like, hey, you get that job done and you move to the next one. Okay. It's just continue just to, stay humble and just really focus on, the end goal and do what it is that I have to do. And not so much, I need to go out and make a statement and that type. I really don't think like that. It's just I stay humble and do what I'm supposed to do.
Got some questions for you from the people. Jay says, does it boost your drive? I guess he's saying the question before that, the
wins and losses.
Yeah. Does it boost you after the losses? Does it boost you?
Yeah, it definitely boosts me. It boosts me to a level where it's like, hey, I'm ready for the next one. But it gives me another drive. It gives me a drive where it's like, hey, working on those things that you go back to the basics. It's like you work on your mechanics and you fix your mechanics. And like, well, how do I continue like not trying to do so much like flashy stuff, but you just go right back to the basics. The basics of boxing that just to get them, properly where you need to get them. Place them. So it gives me a drive for that.
Pro O says, what was your toughest fight and why?
What was my toughest fight? I get asked this question all the time. My toughest fight was actually not in the ring. My toughest fight was life. Okay. I had a life-threatening situation that I had to fight through growing up. So it kind of took me a little bit of ways out of boxing for a little while. Yeah. Which I can share. I don't have a problem sharing this show. Sure. When I was younger, I was playing basketball, and I went up. Trust me, I was good at the sport, but that wasn't my sport. But I had hops. I was. So I went up to try to go dunk with somebody, and I came and I fell like fell down. It was like, oh, collapsed lung or whatever it was. But by the time the paramedics got to me, I was unconscious. And then by the time I got to the hospital, they pronounced me dead at the hospital. And I was dead for like 4 hours. And so what in that moment of me being there, I had a visitation with God, really. Yeah. And we had a conversation. I was like, listen, I want to box. It ain't my time to die. I want to go. It was a strong statement that he made. He said, you either can do one thing. I know my mom listening, so she probably gonna hear it for the first time. She said, you gonna either I need you to give up the streets. He said, or you can't have this. Because I was in the street. Like I love boxing, but I was in the street, want to make money. And I was like, well, I'll give this up if I can, do this. And then after those 4 hours, I woke up and it's like, oh, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just had the most craziest experience in my entire life. And from that point on, I literally was just like, this is what I'm trying to do. And that was like the most biggest fight of my life right there. Not being so. Yeah.
Well, sometimes we go through things, and we all God's children, right. And I feel that when you went through that, he wanted you to open up to him, right. to get you where you are right now, because your journey wasn't over. Right. Your journey wasn't over right then, and he saw fit to let you live and to see the next day and to move on and to be where you are right now today. Because as we know, as I know and there's people that had already passed, right. That hasn't seen their future, but it was just their time. That wasn't your time to go, and that was experience. It truly was. Man, that was deep right there, brother. Sure was. Thank y'all. We're here with my man Douse Milliner, super middleweight, campaigning at middleweight also. So let me ask you about that, because that's interesting to me. So 168, that's super middleweight. 160 is middleweight. You fluctuate. So, does that bother you? Does it mess with you like that?
No, I'm very, like I said, it doesn't bother me, because like I'm disciplined when it comes to my diet. I'm very disciplined. So now I just stay in between those range, between 160, 168. So I don't, have that moment where it's like, oh, this is going to bother me to get there. I can easily make 168. Okay. Make 160 is not a problem.
Okay, great. I didn't know. I want to say hello to a couple of people. No Duck Zone podcast in the house. My man Clarence McLean out of the New York area. What's up, man? It's another host. He's another podcaster. He's got a great show over there on IG. He'll also be on YouTube. Good to see you, man. Thank you for sharing the video. Y'all share the video. And I'm gonna say it again. And the two things I'm gonna say: share this video right now. If you don't share the video, don't you ever come back up here again. But yeah, y'all share the video one time if you will. Shout out to my man Paul Capute out of Jersey. Yeah, Celebrant Boxer. What's that title you got, Paul? My man Paul, we're going to be rocking with him. They got big fights coming up there, the Celebrant Boxing with my man Damon. Damon Fieldman is the CEO of that, man. All kinds of fighters go there. Superstars and all that stuff, man. They be over there. All right, here we go. Let me see here. Let me roll this thing up. All right, here we go. Let's talk about some fights. We could talk about a little boxing here. We're gonna talk about some fights here coming up.
Somebody had another question. I think I saw it on.
Somebody's got another question. Let me see.
Said, "What would I be doing if I wasn't boxing or something like that?" I think they asked. It might have been before.
Yeah, let's get that.
Somebody asked.
Well, go ahead. You can go ahead and address it.
Oh, it was Tebow. Oh, so what would I be doing if I wasn't boxing? So what would I be doing if I wasn't boxing? I play an instrument too, so that kind of is like That's something people really don't know about me. I play an instrument. Um, Outside of that, probably be coaching.
Yeah.
If I wasn't boxing. So.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. I used to play an instrument and all that because I like instruments. I used to play a trombone and when I was in school, and I liked the trombone. Uh, I like that. But yeah, I can dig that. What kind of instrument did you play?
I play the piano.
Oh, the piano. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, we might need to get together sometime. Make some
Listen,
music.
I'm here.
I know that's right. All right, here we go. Let's talk a little bit about some fights coming up here. Um, I know you've been hearing about it. It's in your weight class, 168. David Benavidez
uh-huh.
versus Boo Boo Andrade. What's your thoughts
Uh-huh.
on that, my man?
What's my thoughts on it? It's gonna be a good fight, I would say. I've watched them both, really, because Boo Boo was pretty much he's kind of like he's switch hitter a little bit, but he's southpaw. So it's gonna be a great matchup. I never really give my full opinion until the weigh-in.
Okay.
The weigh-in tells me everything I need to know about
Right.
how the fight gonna play out. Really, I mean, I
And,
know a
and
lot of people will say because of skill here, he beat this person, he beat that person, and I'm just like weigh in to tell me everything I need to know about
yeah,
this.
Zab Judah, I think you know him. Heard of him, Zab. He said the same thing. He said, "I don't give a prediction until the weigh-in." That tells me a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
that's not the first time that I've ever heard of that. The weigh-in, it seems like it does to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? When you go to
Yeah,
the weigh-in and all that, you're right.
it'll let you. It'll just let you know if the person put in the most work, and then you can tell if the body's drained at the weigh-in as well. But you can also tell if they're scared
Right,
at the
exactly.
weigh-in as well. So it tells you a
Exactly.
lot.
Exactly. Want to say hello to Spicy Gray. Thank you for coming in. She is a podcaster and a great show over there. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Here we go. It was a great fight this year between. And I don't know if they're going to have the rematch or not. Spence and Crawford. What's your thoughts on that?
I knew it was coming. I don't want
Somebody.
to get no. I don't want to get no comments on here, and I know they're gonna
Okay.
say something about my speech or whatever. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. I was going for Spence. I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Okay.
was
Okay.
going for
Okay.
Spence.
Oh man.
Not because how hard he hit. Not saying I'm
Yeah.
taking anything from Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford is a dynamic boxer. Like he's a legend. He's a legend. Take
Yeah.
nothing away from him. But when it came to like really diving down, when I looked at the weigh-in, like I was going for Spence, even though I looked at the weigh-in and Spence looked drained to me. And so
Yeah.
I knew for a fact,
Yeah.
I was like, this fight is not going the distance because Terrence don't look drained.
Yeah.
And I was like, I already know what the outcome is getting ready to be. Even though I'm going for this person, I just knew what the outcome was going to be on the other side.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, like Crawford is a beast. I, had to give it to him. If they do the rematch, I think it would be a better fight. If what I'm saying, with the 154. But in the end, if it do go the distance, I will still say Crawford would probably win that by
Okay.
split decision.
This is just our opinions on this show
Yeah.
here, and it's it doesn't just your thoughts on it. Somebody was hollering. I don't know who that was right there hollering.
Yeah,
So
they
somebody
like
said,
Team Crawford. Yeah.
"Okay, I got you. Here we go. Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis for the 140-pound title."
Mm-hmm.
What's it-
That honestly, I don't know because Devin Haney is he's very technical.
Yeah.
Regis, I haven't really watched him like
Yeah.
fight like that, so it's like I said, I can't really
Okay.
give him.
Okay. That's fine. If you can't give your honest opinion, don't worry about it. We just shoot it out there. No big deal. Here we go. Look, who is the greatest? And I know you probably got asked this over 1,000 times. Who's the greatest heavyweight right now to you?
Who's the greatest heavyweight right
What
now?
should I say the best heavyweight? Let me say the best heavyweight. Let me rephrase that.
The best heavyweight right now to me, in that weight class, probably be it's Tyson Fury to me.
Okay. Good answer.
For right now until he fights.
Yeah.
U6.
Yeah.
I mean, U6 is good too. But.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Showtime. We all know Showtime's getting ready to leave, and Showtime's getting ready to go. This is their last and final year of boxing. What are your thoughts, and what does it bother you? How do you feel about that? Um, I mean, it's gonna be a big change. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's going to be a big change because they've been around for years with the show, but at the same time, it's you move on to bigger and better. So boxing ain't dead, but
Yeah.
my take on it is like, hey, whatever comes is gonna come.
Yeah.
Whether
Okay.
they're with Showtime or whether they're with Amazon or whoever they're with, the fights are still gonna happen, but they're just not gonna happen with Showtime. So,
Showtime. Right.
yeah.
Um, do you know anything about your opponent come December the 16th?
I just honestly, I just know his name. I
Okay.
don't know. I
That's
don't know
fine.
anything about him.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's cool. That's just a question I want to throw out there. I think that somebody had already asked this question. I think I think you said you was. I was going to ask it. Well, what would you be doing if you wasn't boxing? And you said you be. What did you say? Would you be you if you wasn't?
I said coaching.
Okay, coaching. Yeah, that was what it was. I just wanted to make sure I heard that right. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Look, man, it's been one great show today. Y'all get ready. He's going to be fighting December the 16th, Rock Hill, South Carolina, at the Rock Hill Convention Center, Event Center in Rock Hill. How do they get the tickets, Mr.?
They can DM me for tickets, or I have they DM me for the tickets,
Okay.
and I can send over the Venmo information. I should have a link tree that's going to be on the page, so they can click on their website and be able to get the tickets from there as well.
Look, how in the world do they follow you? Because they might want to check you out and see what you're doing and talk to you personally. Hell, I'd be wanting to follow your ass. So what?
You can follow me on the IG. You can follow me on IG. It's Douse Milliner at IG.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
follow
Maybe
me
check
there
you out. Yeah.
and check me out there, and
Okay.
we can go from there.
Okay, great. December the 16th. Brandon said it's going down. It's going to be going down December the 16th. Y'all better get there and get ready. I'm going to try my best to be there because I want to get there. I hadn't been there. Been down to Rock Hill in a minute. And y'all see me, y'all come up, give my autograph. Hell, shit, but I was just messing. But yeah, Miss Milliner, your mom's. I think it's your mom. She said she was going to be there. Miss Gloria. She said she's going to be there. That's good. Mom's always going to be there. Yeah. All right. Look, man, we're going to get out of here. It's been a great show. And I thank you so much. Before you go, you got any questions for me?
He had a question.
You got-
J.O. had a question.
He said, I want to know what did God look like? Oh, that's what he said.
Oh, you want to know what he looked like? I didn't see his face. If I see his face, I wouldn't be sitting here on this interview right now. I would be. So it was just I'll describe it how best I saw it. It was just the sun and a hand. And that's all I saw. The sun and the hand in the garden.
Okay.
All
right. Tony Burgess out of Burgess Boxing Fitness says he's got your picture on his wall. He's got your picture on the wall down at his gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, I never met him. That's the first time.
Well, you gonna meet him come December the 16th because he's gonna be there.
Okay.
You're probably gonna meet a lot of people that's gonna be there. Personally, I'm gonna try to be there myself, and I hope Jay can go too. I'm gonna try to make that fight for sure. We're gonna try to be in the house that night. Yeah, you got no questions for me?
A question for you. Definitely enjoyed the show, but how did you get into the doing the talk shows? What was your
Well, I'm gonna make it short and sweet. I had my best friend. He's a fighter out of Michigan. He's an amateur was an amateur fighter, but he never made it pro. And he said, "Well, we made an agreement." And he said, "If you make it big, you carry me, and if I make it big, I'll carry him." So what? In other words, what we were saying, if I make it big time, I'm gonna pull you right along with me, no matter what we go through. You know what I'm saying? So that was another reason. Another one, and this is my last one. Another one was my grandfather. He was on the radio for 40 years on WELS radio in North Carolina, and that gave me the energy, and that gave me everything that I needed to do because I watched him as a little boy come up and go and every Sunday morning and go to the radio station. You know what I'm saying? So that was an inspiration to me. All right, but yeah, here we go. One more last questions. What does the D.HALL People Show and J. York Productions, sir, mean to you?
It was an honor. It means a lot to me. Give and take that, being on the talk show, coming on to be able to, speak to you and Jay, just to kind of get, really get a feel of, when people try to approach you and it's like, hey, because I'm not really a big talker. Like I'll be quiet. I'm very silent. This kind of really brought me out of my shell for me to be able to be prepared for other interviews or just, if anybody come up to me, I'll be able to just be able to talk.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, man. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you came on. I'm glad we helped you in that way. Because we, you never know how the show help people. We hope to see you. Maybe you got to fight. I'm hoping to get you back on in 2024 early because we want to talk about the fight and all that. So hopefully we can get you back on in early 2024, and hopefully we'll see you December the 16th, Rock Hill. Y'all go get the tickets, man. Go get the tickets. My man gonna be rocking and shocking. 4-rounder, man. I mean, want to see somebody get knocked out.
Listen, my plate. Listen, whatever's on the plate, if it look good, it's gonna make me. That's how it works.
Hey, look. He done seen a bad day.
The way my coach said, empty your cup. So hey, my cup is empty.
I know that's right. I know that's right, man. It's been great. I'm glad I got you on. I'm glad to talk to you. Me and Jay, we appreciate you. Jay York, y'all go follow Jay. Jay been burning it up. My man is burning it up on Facebook and all that stuff, Instagram. Y'all go check him out, man. Y'all know what Jay do. Jay turns it up, rips it up, makes it hot, man, and he do it all the time just for y'all, the people. My man Jay York, man. Good to see you, Douse, man. Good luck. Hopefully we'll see you December the 16th, Rock Hill, South Carolina. Tony Berger's going to be in the house, the whole crew. Tony, thank you for putting that picture up. I got to be in here. I should be at the door, Tony, when I walk in and see my picture on the door. Shit. All right, man. We'll catch you later, Douse. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
brother.
you.
All right, brother. What a great show. Thank y'all for joining the show today. It's been wonderful. Look, we'll be back. We're going to be back next week twice. I'll be back next Sunday. I'll be back next Thursday. I have she is the director of Joe Frazier Jr. Productions, empowerment specialist Yolanda Robertson. We're gonna have her on Thursday night. I'll be back Thursday night. Yeah, got Maserati Red on out of Mississippi. Man, we're gonna rock him. Next week we're gonna be busy, so y'all better sit down at the table and get ready. Look, thank y'all for coming on. Thank y'all. Thank Jay York, my guy, for rocking, doing what he do. Look, I'll see y'all next Sunday, man.
You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
What can I say? I appreciate y'all guys for coming in.
J. York Production.
You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
Coming to us out of studio today in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. He stands next to his world-famous producer, Jay York. He is the #1 undisputed top talk show host on the air today. The voice of the people show. Ladies and gentlemen, here is D.HALL.